spot. They face King Felix and the upstart Seattle Mariners. Here's Dave Sims.
All right, Matt, welcome everybody to the Great Pacific Northwest, the new Ferris wheel, part of the scenery here in Seattle, Washington. But this is a big day, a Felix day. Felix Hernandez taking the mound. He's the hottest pitcher in baseball right now and a clear favorite to win the American League Cy Young Award. Meanwhile, the Angels trying to go through any playoff door they can. They take on the Mariners this afternoon here on Fox Saturday Baseball. Take a look at the American League West standings. Texas with a 4-game lead. Surprising Oakland, only 4 back. The Angels very much in contention, and the Mariners have the second best record in the American League since the All-Star break. Delighted to be with you this afternoon from beautiful Safeco Field. Everybody, I'm Dave Sims. Today, special day with Felix Hernandez on the mound. He's got a perfect game. To his credit, he opposes Irvin Santana, a guy who's had his share of success against the Mariners. I'm joined by former big league pitcher Mark Gubazon. Today, Mark, you look at a couple of guys, they have reached the pinnacle at various times in their career with some big moments.
Boy, Dave, it's going to be a lot of fun. You don't see this too often, a guy who's throwing a perfect game versus a guy who's throwing a no-hitter. Both possess great fastballs, tremendous sliders. Both have the capabilities of doing the same here today.
Could be interesting. We got perfect weather conditions. And let's revisit a couple of the great moments off the resumes of these two young pitchers.
You can't pitch any better than that.
Sometimes you gotta live mod. Gonna see Mike Trout immediately. Torrey Hunter, Albert Pujols, Kendrick Morales with a home run last night. Mark Trumbo struggling a little bit. Howie Kendrick coming back from a knee problem. Steady Eric Ibar, Alberto Castro, and Chris Iannetta, who's been a revelation behind the home plate for Mike Scioscia's Angels. The opening pitch here at Safeco Field, the Mariners and the Angels. And that first pitch being brought to you by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Mike Scioscia, the dean of Major League Managers, getting a chance to watch Felix Hernandez again. And Felix, last 14 games, marked 9-0, a 1.40 ERA, 5 shutouts.
Just phenomenal stuff. Fastball is 92 to 97. Although it generally stays around the 94 range. He's got a great curveball, slider, changeup. 184 strikeouts and 196 and 2/3 innings pitched. So dominant. The big thing against King goes, you have to get him early in the count. You don't want to go into a situation where you have to attack a secondary pitch from him, and you got to get him early in the game. That formula has worked well for the Angels against him. The Angels are 6. Felix is 6-10 against the Angels, with an ERA un-Felix-like 3.85.
First pitch to Mike Trout off the plate for ball 1. Jim Wolf's calling balls and strikes today. Umpired first Alan Porter, second base Ron Culpa, Darrell Cousins at third. And you got to like this matchup here because you've got Mike Trout, who's facing Felix, who right now is the leading candidate for the American League Cy Young Award, and Trout is pretty much a lock for Rookie of the Year and MVP.
Well, it doesn't get much better than this. You have a guy that can hit a fastball both sides of the plate, but also does not chase pitches out of the strike zone too often. Sees a lot of pitches and puts the ball in play.
1-1 from Felix. In there for a strike. Back on August 15th, a perfect game thrown by Felix. And boy, he had everything working. And look at Trout. When you look at the American League leaderboard, it's top 10 in about 12 categories. 1-2 pitch. Jaso thought he had it, so did the Kings scored out in left field.
Tell you what, he doesn't chase many pitches, especially if they're on the outer half, but I've noticed a lot of late pitchers are trying to throw fastballs and breaking pitches outside against Trout.
2-2 to Mike Trout. Swing and a miss. Felix starting off the ball game with a strikeout, 1 down.
Well, he runs a fastball in under the hands of Trout, although very quick on that pitch generally, but when you're facing someone like Felix, if you locate it up, be effective.
Defensive alignment for the Mariners being brought to you by Chevrolet. Trayvon Robinson has been outstanding in left field. Franklin Gutierrez, good to have him back, and Eric Thames in right. Seager, Ryan, Ackley, Smoke, Jaso behind the plate, Felix Hernandez on the mound. Mariners have the best defense in baseball. Here's Torrey Hunter batting in the 2-hole, and he's been very good batting behind Mike Trout this season.
Yeah, he's 351 in that number 2 spot in the lineup for Mike Scioscia when he decided to make that permanent in Colorado when interleague play came around.
0-1 pitch to Torrey. Pitch outside. Torrey, a .298 hitter against Felix Hernandez. That is a very impressive number, best in baseball. Batting second. Here's 1-1. Wow, a throw at Dutch special. Base hit, Torrey Hunter. That was a return to sender.
I was still flinching as soon as I saw that back up the middle up here.
Yeah, that's right. That's how your career ended,
yes,
right? You took one off the leg.
Yes, indeed. I'm still Paul Mott, or at least it was a Hall of Famer. It did the damage. But that was a rocket right up the middle. That's the approach that Torrey has taken in the number 2 spot in the lineup. Run producer before in his career, now a contact hitter, very successful.
Angels 5 consecutive games now scored in the first inning. Here's Albert Pujols. Albert 2 for 4 last night with an RBI and a run scored. Albert coming over from St. Louis. Just 2 for 6 against Felix. Slicing drive, right center field. Long run for Gutierrez. Not going to get it. Hunter to third. He's going to score. And Albert Pujols limping into second with an RBI double. And it's 1-0 Angels.
Boy, once again, you just mentioned that, Dave. The fact is the Angels have scored so many runs of late in the first inning, allowing their pitchers to be more aggressive. And the approach you have to take, we talked about how to be successful against Felix, is try to get his fastball early in the count, because if you have to deal with his curveball or slider, it's not much of a chance. And this ball is crushed the other way by Pujols, and Torrey's able to score all the way from first.
36 double for Pujols, RBI number 92. Bring up Kendrys Morales. Morales 2 for 5 last night. Hit a 3-run homer in the first inning. Swing and a miss. Angels rolled last night 9-1. Angels are now 5-0 here at Safeco Field, while the Mariners are 4-2 against Mike Scioscia's crew in Anaheim. King's Court out in left field, wrapped around the foul pole. We'll be hearing a lot from them today. Here's the 0-1. In there for a strike.
Boy, Felix has command for both sides of the plate. Can pitch inside effectively, can paint the corner away. Great changeup, and change the speed with his changeup.
He's got Morales 0-2. Rolls over on one, down the line. Smoke's got it. And that's out number 2 with Pujols going to second. You're talking about that 91 miles an hour. Talking to Jared Weaver yesterday. He says, come on, he throws a changeup 91. I'm trying to throw a fastball at 91. Come on.
And the thing is, then next minute you'll see an 88 mile an hour changeup. That throws off the timing of a hitter. Hitting's all about timing. And if you can disrupt that any way possible, that's how you're able to get him out.
Here's Mike Trumbo. Left fielder. 1 for 4 last inning. This guy's got tremendous power. Breaking ball. Catch the outside corner for strike 1.
And he hit a home run last year against Felix in Anaheim that was off the rock pile in dead center field that got out in a second.
The guy that was a revelation last year for the Angels. 0-1 here. Runner at third, a run in. Went hacking. Came up empty.
Yeah, great story, really, when you think Mark might not even been on the club if Kendrys Morales wasn't battling back from his broken ankle from the year before. Given an opportunity, 29 home runs as a rookie, followed up this year with 30 so far.
Felix has got him 0-2. Dug out by Jaso.
And Felix with 9 wild pitches on the season, but Pujols with that strained calf.
Ball gets away.
And he thought about running down there, but that was a good idea. He's going to smile and say, no, I'm good. But that would be interesting if the wild pitch something in the dirt, if Albert will push it. He's been taking some ground balls at first base the last couple of days to try to get back to playing his position he loves to play at first base.
Ball and 2 strikes to Mark Trumbo with Albert Pujols at third base. Pitch from Felix. Strike 3 call. Couple of strikeouts for Felix Hernandez in the first inning. Pujols with an RBI double. 1-0 Angels with the Mariners coming back. born a year ago. Chef Dave Decker comes out when the King's Court's in session. Felix Hernandez on the mound passes out the royal, what do you want to call it? The royal piece of meat, I guess?
The turkey leg.
The turkey leg? He's going to
That's
share.
perfect.
Look at that. Everybody dolled up with the 34 T-shirt, the gold T-shirts that they handed out last week. Felix pitched here a couple of weeks ago now after the first game after the perfect game. Here's Ervin Santana. He's got an 11-7 record, 3.99 ERA against the Mariners. 29th start against Seattle.
He's pitched a lot of games. He's had some really good games, but of late this year, trouble with the strike zone.
Fly ball. Coming in is Trumbo. And no play. It's strike two to Dustin Ackley, leading off with the Mariners.
And the ERA at 5.45, 100 punch-outs and 148 2/3. But the thing that jumps out, 31 home runs allowed for Ervin Santana.
Santana, a couple of no decisions against the Mariners this year. Ackley in an 0-2 hole, hooks one foul.
And the keys for the Mariners against him is going to be patience. Don't chase the slider out of the strike zone and get into good fastball counts. He hasn't thrown quite as hard this season, Ervin, but he does sink the fastball much better, more consistently.
0-2 to Ackley. Pitch running away for ball one. Ackley's done a nice job as leadoff man. He's had his ups and downs this season, but Eric Wedge likes the way he's been swinging the bat the last couple of weeks. Counts at 2-2. Ackley went 2 for 4 last night in a 9-1 loss to the Angels. 2-2 pitch. Strike three called. Ackley is dismissed, one down here in the bottom of the first.
Ervin goes with a fastball, paints the outside corner at the knees. An unhittable pitch if you're a hitter, especially a left-handed batter.
Today's starting lineup for the Mariners is being brought to you by Taco Bell. Sometimes you got to live mod. Gutierrez will stand in next. Kyle Seager's been their big RBI producer. John Jason's been clutch all year. Jesus Montero provides some power, as does Eric Thames. Justin Smoke's been a tough go for him. Trayvon Robinson and Brendan Ryan round out the starting nine. Here's Gutierrez. Has not played a whole lot. Injuries have been a major part of his story this year. Pops one up. Taking charge is Ibar, the shortstop. 2 outs. Defensive alignment for the Angels. Brought to you by Chevrolet. Good coverage in the outfield with Trumbo, Trout, and Hunter. Solid infield. Castro, Ibar really torments the Mariners. Howie Kendrick back after a knee problem. Morales at first with Iannetta doing a good job behind home plate. Ervin Santana on the mound.
Yeah, that's the thing. Watching the game even last night, the Angels played some outstanding defense in the infield in particular. If they could throw strikes down in the zone, they have a lot of coverage by their middle infielders.
Kyle Seager looks at strike one and uncharacteristically the Mariners' best defensive team in baseball. As Eric Wedge described when we talked to him this morning, we were a little off last night. Tighten that up for today.
Especially with Brendan Ryan, who's one of the best defenders at the shortstop position in the game.
Inside to Seager. Kyle at 249, 15 homers, 77 runs batted in. He has been awesome in RBI situations. 77 runs batted in. This one sent to left field and deep. Trumbo towards the line, and he runs it down. So Santana has a clean first inning. 3 up, 3 down. Angels have a 1-0 lead here in Seattle. My MasterCard is sponsored by Taco Bell. Sometimes you gotta live Moss. And by Jeep. Great weather here in Seattle. A terrific run. Look at the blue skies. 41st consecutive day with no rain. Longest streak since 1951.
It's pretty impressive.
It very much is. My friends back east, when they say it's raining like it does in Seattle. No, it's not. Leadoff hitter in the second inning, Howie Kendrick, second baseman, back after knee injury. Locked him up a couple of nights ago.
Yeah, just running off the field in between innings. Tweaked the knee.
Big, sweeping, off-speed pitch by Felix Hernandez, 0-2.
And that's the thing. If you're a hitter, you're trying to gear up to some hard stuff, whether it's the fastball or slider, but then when he can mix his changeup and curveball in, difficult to time.
The other thing, too, one of the many things with Felix, first of all, he's a great teammate, great competitor. When he gives you that Louis Tiant turn, he shows the 34, you know he's in great rhythm, you're in trouble.
Yeah, it's a great way for him, that mechanism he developed over the years for balance over the pitching rubber, allowed him to get that arm over the front leg consistently, hit his spots, and create deception.
Gutierrez in center field, playing Kendrick a little bit towards right center. Pitch outside, no scoop by Jaso. Mariners have played some really good ball in the second half. Let's take a look at the defense. Goody, a Gold Glove Award winner in center field. Mariners with a record of 28 up and 18 down in the second half. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Consecutive strikeouts for Felix, 3 for the game so far, 1 down.
Well, he located some good pitches during the course of this sequence against Howie Kendrick, a very, very good contact hitter. Good inside-out approach generally takes against any pitcher, but Felix with the breaking ball gets a swing and miss.
Switch hitting Eric Ibar, outstanding shortstop. Line drive, left field, coming on Robinson. That's the plate on the hop. Base hit for Eric Ibar. He went 2 for 5 last night. That's just Eric's 11th hit against Felix Hernandez, hitting at a .192.
It hit .341 in the month of August. Continued his upswing ever since interleague play came about this year. Got his swing together. Has been one of the most consistent hitters for the Angels.
Angels got off to the rocky start, and as Mike Socha was saying, May, June, July, one of the better teams in baseball.
The offense has been there. It's at times the inconsistency with the pitching staff, although of late, pitching much better and deeper into the games the starting staff has done.
Come in, the Angels come in with, on paper, a great-looking starting rotation. Bullpen, that was a question coming out of camp, right?
Well, they didn't anticipate having to get that many outs out of the bullpen with the starting staff that they have.
There's Kai Espo, third baseman.
And Mike Socha said he's looking for 21 outs at least out of the starters, but he was getting 12 to 15 at times. Then you have to find ways to mix and match out of the bullpen to be able to create an opportunity to win, and it didn't work for a while.
I asked Mike beforehand, catch Texas, win the division. He said, listen, I don't care what door we go through. Let's just get in the playoffs. Thought that was a good way to put it. He said, it's all about winning today. And then on the flip side, Eric Wedge, this Mariner club has bought into his system. It's really taken on his personality. Tough, hard-nosed. They'll run through a wall for you.
You play the game the right way. That's all he wants. And you can see that even when you talk to him.
Swung on and fouled off. Yesterday, going in the Angels clubhouse, guys were saying, hey, man, the Mariners, they picked it up. Really picked it up. And it's true. Only Oakland in the second half of the season at 31-14 has a better record.
And Mike Socha even noticed it in batting practice. The energy level for Eric Wedge's team. Much improved. Batting average is the team not there, but the defense and the pitching staff has been tremendous.
Yeah, second half numbers have picked up a lot. Broken bat. They get the lead runner, and that's it. Ackley to Ryan. They get Ibar. 2 outs.
Felix did a nice job of holding that baseball. You would assume that Eric Ibar was going to try to steal at some point during that at bat by Callaspo. He varies his look to first. His times to the plate. And sinks a pitch off the outside part of the plate and gets Callaspo the ground to second for the force out.
It's a 2 down, runner at first. Brings up the catcher, Chris Iannetta, the former Colorado Rocky. Missed a lot of games with a broken bone in his right wrist, but has done the bulk of the catching the last, month and change.
And he caught the majority of the game where Jared Weaver threw a no-hitter with that broken hand. Tough guy from Rhode Island. He's been hitting the ball well himself. 378 in his last 13 games.
0-1 pitch. To the right side. Ackley has it. Goes the smoke. And that'll do it for the Angels. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. Angels lead it 1-0. MasterCard is sponsored by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Here at Safeco Field, Dave Sims and Mark Gubizov. Mariners and the Angels. Mariners will send up John Jaso, Jesus Montero, and Eric Thames against Irvin Santana. Albert Pujols, first inning RBI double. The only score is a little looper. Taken in by Callaspo. Quick 1 down.
You don't see that too often. Jaso making an out against any Angel pitcher, let alone Irvin Santana. 636 batting average against Irvin, and also a 365 career hitter for Jaso against Angel pitching.
Jaso coming over from Tampa Bay. He's been a staunch member of this ball club. 13 game winning RBIs, 13th in the big leagues. Here's Jesus Montero, the DH, big part of the trade with the Yankees. It sent Michael Pineda, big strong right-hander, from Seattle to New York, and then Pineda developed shoulder problems. Recently had a DUI issue. He's out for the year, shoulder surgery. Montero, one of the power sources here for the Mariners.
Yeah, talked to Eric Wedge about him before the game. His adjustments he's made when he was with the Yankees. Very good power to right field, to right center field, looking away. Now with this spacious field here, majority of games at Safeco, you got to look on the inner half to turn to create power, leaving that outer part of the plate susceptible to fastballs and sliders.
0-2. Strike 3 call. Montero knew it. 2 outs. Both of them called strikeouts. Right now, let's go to Matt Vasgersian for a direct TV game break.
Dave, pennant race update. The hard-charging Orioles had closed the gap between they and the division-leading Yankees to just 2 games at the start of the day. That New York lead is back to 3. New York hangs on after a 3-0 deficit to beat Baltimore as we send it back to Dave and Gooby.
All right, thank you, Matt. 2 down here in the second inning for the Mariners. Eric Thames, acquired last month from Toronto for Steve Delabar, hard-throwing right-hander. Thames, last time Felix was on the mound, Thames hit a home run at Minnesota earlier in the week. Another 1-0 gem by Felix.
Well, he doesn't get cheated when he swings, Eric Thames. He's trying to do damage on that baseball. I think of guys that I face, whether it be Dwayne Murphy or guys like that had that power swing, didn't care even with 2 strikes. Ben Oglivie was another one who was up there hacking.
1-2. Way inside. There's some good names right there. Murph, the batting coach for the Toronto Blue Jays. Ben Oglivie was not a big guy, but he got that barrel to it, didn't he?
Yes, he did. I managed to get in his book. He took me deep, way out in the old stadium in Milwaukee.
How about this inning for Irvin Santana? Throws 9 pitches. Fox Saturday Baseball will return to Seattle after word from your local Fox station. It is Moose Man. 1-0 Angels here at Safeco Field. Top of the order, Mike Trout will lead it off against Felix Hernandez. Trout, Hunter, and Pujols. That's really something when you see Mike Trout show bunt.
What that does is brings both corner infielders in, aware of that speed that he has, and then he can punch a ball by him, swinging away.
Hit a hard one-hopper last night to Kyle Seager. Gave up about half a foot. Right to Smoke, one down. Alex Johnson, great name from Angels past. Spent 13 years in the majors, only 2 of them with the Angels. But the Angels, with the Angels, he won the American League batting title in 1970, 329 batting average, and he remains the only player in franchise history to win a batting title. Right now, Mike Trout leads the major leagues in batting. Torrey Hunter fouls one off.
We talked to Clyde Wright, former pitcher for the Angels, about Alex Johnson just a few weeks ago. He said he had as much talent as anybody he ever saw play the game. And when you talk talent, there's a ton of talent right there. And Mike Trout, the comparisons between Ricky Henderson and Bo Jackson with the speed. Amazing names.
Hunter way out front, 0-2. Talking about Alex Johnson, he spent a few years with the Phillies back in the mid-1960s. Kings Court into their ritualistic chant anytime Felix gets to the 2-strike count. Here's the 0-2. Way outside. Torrey Hunter got a base hit to center field and scored on the Albert Pujols double in the first inning for the 1-0 lead.
These are the times when Torrey has changed his approach from hitting that number 2 spot as compared to the power spots he's always has before.
Pops it up. Ackley going back. Quick 2 outs here in the 3rd inning. Felix has given up 3 hits, struck out 3, hasn't walked anybody. Meanwhile, Irvin Santana has thrown 20 pitches, 6 up, 6 down.
And we talked about that in the opening. Both these pitchers have dominant stuff. King Felix numbers speak for itself, but Irvin Santana has that ability also when he gets on the roll.
It's amazing watching him earlier. Didn't have much control against the Mariners in a couple of previous outings.
One game walked 7, another game walked 6.
Yep. Go figure. Strike 1, Albert. Here's the 0-1. Down to Ryan. Ryan and Albert teammates with the Cardinals. And Albert is retired. Felix has a 1-2-3 inning. We'll see what the Mariners can do with Smoke Robinson and Ryan due up when we get back.
was Smoke? 3 years ago already? Man, that 2?
Welcome back, everybody, to Safeco Field. Irvin Santana pitching here in the third inning has thrown now 21 pitches, 6 up, 6 down. This is Justin Smoke in his second full season with the Mariners. Came over in 2010 in the Cliff Lee deal. And he has been struggling. Talking to Chris Chambliss, the hitting coach for the Mariners yesterday, says the natural right-hand hitter, but still trying to find the rhythm from the left-hand side.
He had a tendency to get a little bit long with his swing from the left side. And when you have a long swing like that, pitchers notice that. You can either go upstairs with a fastball, and then once you make them aware of that, then you throw the slider down and in.
And that's been the pattern almost every day. 0-2 to Smoke. There's the down and in. Smoke hitting 190. 14 home runs. He trails Kyle Seager, who has 15, club leader. Smoke at 187 left-handed, 195 right-handed. 1-2 pitch. Missed the way. Smoke, Trayvon Robinson, and Brendan Ryan. Smoke does have good numbers against Santana, 6 for 15. 2-2. Rolled over on one, fouled it off.
One thing Irvin has been doing a little bit more frequently is throwing his changeup. He can change speeds with his slider, but his changeup's been effective against left-handed batters. Won't throw it often against right-handed batters, but against lefties, he will mix that in. He's going to come with a slider now.
2-2, and Ionetta can't hold on. Irvin Santana, a record of 7-11, 5.45 ERA. 2-2 to Smoke. One hop right to Howie Kendrick. One out. 7 up, 7 down for Santana. August 5th last season, Trayvon Robinson, an LA kid. He made his major league debut against the Angels. Torrey Hunter won't forget it. Robinson robbed him of a home run. Spectacular catch, third inning of that ball game. And here's Trayvon, called up recently by the Mariners in AAA, and while the numbers are not gaudy, they're certainly pointed in the right direction.
Well, he plays a tremendous outfield, and Mike Scioscia was telling us before the game as he was laughing, he said he was trying to jump up on that wall in left field, which is about 20 feet up. He said if he makes that play, I'm pulling the team off the field and saying that's it, it's over.
Home run hit last night.
Bobby Wilson hit that one late in the game. He tried to scale the wall. I mean, that's way up there.
Gave it an effort. He had a play running towards where the King's Court is, the padded sidewall left field. He slammed into it last homestand, made a couple of catches there.
I'll tell you what, when you watch him play, you know he gets it. How high that wall is up there. But a ground ball to first base last night, ran extremely hard down the line. Especially if, as a hitter, you think, all right, it's an out. Just kind of pace yourself. But he was going as hard as he can and forced Kendrys Morales, who was playing first base last night, to run hard to the base and almost beat it out.
3-0. There's a strike. In contrast to one of our favorites and former MVP, great player Jimmy Rollins.
Yeah.
Didn't run out of pop the other day. Mets wind up dropping a pop. He should have been on second. He eventually get pulled from the game by Charlie Manuel. 3-1.
I think Robinson has a chance to be a star in this league. Aggressive in the field, good speed. Just got to get that swing together.
Yep, and it's tightened up a lot. Done a heck of a job. He set a record for a left fielder for a Mariner last homestand. He had 10 putouts in a game. Here's a payoff. Gets into it. Deep right center field. It's got some carry, and it is gone! A home run for Trayvon Robinson. And the Mariners have tied it up at 1-1. Trayvon's second home run of the campaign.
We talked about his power potential. 32nd home run that Irvin has given up this season. Now Robinson, his second home run of the year. jumps on a fastball and gets it out to the deep part of the ballpark in right center field.
3-2 pitch. Last weekend in Chicago, he had a home run to straightaway center field that just rocketed off his bat. And now home run number 2. 401 feet on that blast. Ryan shows bunt, takes pitch up high. A good extension on that swing.
Well, he does. That was a more compact swing for him. The side view shows that. Gets through the baseball and squares it up and gets it out. And you better get it out pretty far to center if it's going to get over Mike Trout.
Here's Trout fighting his son. Makes the catch. Ryan's retired. 2 down. June 27th, earlier this year, against the Orioles, J.J. Hardy hit a drive to the deepest part of the ballpark in the first inning. Didn't matter to Mike Trout. He leaped over the center field wall to take away a home run. And he said, what, his family was sitting right there?
Bunch of family and friends. He was able to point after he made the play, all in one motion.
How great was that? Millville, New Jersey. Across the bridge from our hometown of Philadelphia. Twitter poll question: what is the better catch, Trayvon Robinson versus the Angels in 11 or Mike Trout this year?
There's been 3 games this year which Mike Trout has robbed an opponent of a home run well over the wall.
Top of the order here, and Dustin Ackley took a called third strike first time up. They got J.J. Hardy. And the Mariners were last in to Anaheim. I believe he took one away.
And one in Chicago. One to left center, one to dead center, one to right center.
Wow. Up high to Ackley.
Gives you the confidence of a pitcher, even if you make a mistake, as long as it's not 10 rows back, there's a chance he's bringing it back.
That's right. I mentioned last night after he ran down a ball in right center field that Jaso hit that had double written all over it. I was wondering how many dinners the pitching staff has bought Trout this year. If not, they better pony up as Ackley works a walk. So the Mariners go ahead and run at first base. First walk of the ball game.
And this has been the issue. That's why you're seeing Mike Butcher run out right away, the pitching coach for the Angels, to have a discussion with Irvin. The 2-out walk, 2-out runs against Irvin. It's been an issue. The focus all the way through an inning for him. So it happens so often with pitchers. Even in the minor leagues, we used to have to keep a chart together. Every time there was 2 outs, if the pitcher on your staff would go 1-0, 2-0, we had to make a note of that, and they would have to run extra laps after the game. Because of the fact is that the staff itself wanted to make sure you had that focus all the way through that 3rd out. Now, if you gave up a base hit, you know, the first pitch after 2 outs, that's part of the game. But being behind the count is not part of the game in any pitching coach or organization wants.
There's Dan Herron threw a heck of a ball game last night. 7 innings of 5-hit 1-run ball. 9-1 victory for the Angels. Here's Franklin Gutierrez in a tie ball game now, 1-1. Goody popped out the shortstop his first time.
I believe that Seattle's thinking in terms of maybe stealing early in the count. Irvin has given up 14 stolen bases in 16 attempts.
Ackley's 12 out of 15 in base stealing. Down the line, that's a fair ball. Ackley, a very good base runner, making his way to 3rd, getting a wave on from Jeff Datz. He's going to score an RBI double by Franklin Gutierrez, and the Mariners take a 2-1 lead. For Goody, his 4th double, 10th RBI.
And how often you could say this 2-out walk comes back to haunt a pitcher. Gutierrez had a couple shots down the line yesterday. The Callasco made an outstanding play at 3rd base. This time cannot make the play. Fastball up, turns on it quick through the baseball for Gutierrez for a double. His 4th of the year.
Mariners looking for their first win here at home against the Angels. Have a 2-1 lead. Mariners are 0-5. Yet down in Anaheim, they're 4-2. Seager, his specialty, 2-out RBIs. Leads the majors in that category. .43 2-out RBIs. Leading the major leagues. Santana, 6 straight outs. Now 2 runs have scored on 2 hits and a walk here in the 3rd.
1-1.
That's pretty impressive numbers when you think about 2-out RBIs. That means you're focusing all the way through. The hitter is up there to try to make contact with the pitcher is thinking, okay, I got to make my best pitch. So you're hitting the best pitches possible to be able to create an opportunity to score runs like that.
And a 1-1 count to Seager with Gutierrez. Good speed at second base. 2 down. 2-1. Santana out of San Cristobal in the Dominican Republic, still lives there. Signed as a free agent September of 2000. 2-1. Fouled off. Angels got their run in the first. Albert Pujols. An RBI double scoring Torrey Hunter. Got a 1-out single. Now a home run by Trayvon Robinson, his second of the season, and an RBI by Gutierrez, and it's a 2-1 Mariner lead. Full count.
Still with an open base for Irvin. The reality is you have John Jaso on deck who's had some success against you. You could still throw a slider here, 3-2. But then you have to have that trust right now in your ability to throw a fastball and try to hit the outside corner.
Seager fouls it back. Good matchup right here. Seager trying to pick up a run. Santana looking for an out. Santana struck out 3, walked 1. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fouled off again.
Seager doing a nice job. Fouls off a slider, fouls off a hard fastball at 92 away. More pitches seen by a hitter, the more apt the pitcher is going to make a mistake against you. And then it's up to Seager to be able to capitalize on a mistake and not miss his pitch.
Do it again. 3-2. Soft liner to Howie Kendrick. That'll do it for the Mariners, but they pick up a couple of runs on 2 hits. Trayvon Robinson. Long home run, deep right center field, his second long ball of the season, and then Gutierrez with the double down the left field line. The Mariners have taken the lead at 2-1. left, the head groundskeeper for the Seattle Mariners. He's been here for a long time. Coming off knee surgery a couple of years ago. Is he a gamer or what? How would John Madden describe him?
Well, he's a groundskeeper.
Good guy, too, boy. Bobby C and his crew do a terrific job here at Safeco Field. Felix now has the lead at 2-1. Dave Sims, Mark Gubazon, the Fox crew. Andres Morales, Mark Trumbo, Howie Kendrick here in the fourth. Got caught in between, did not go, says Daryl Cousins.
Kendrick's 13 for 40 against Felix Hernandez.
It's a good hitter, Morales. I'm impressed by the fact that after he stomped on home plate after the game winner, was it 2 years ago in May, late May, down in Anaheim. Fought through so much to get back and get back to a pretty good level here.
Yeah, when in spring training, just to see him play, the smile on his face, and then he started swinging the bat well. Started out slow, but he certainly has picked up the pace. Now 18 home runs on the season. And he's really hit well against Seattle. 6 home runs, 13 RBIs in 10 games against them.
Good looking hitter from both sides of the plate. 3-1. Hit well. But coming towards the corner is Thames. And couldn't make the catch. Got that wall coming up on it in a hurry.
Well, he's trying to jump up there as he hits into the wall off the glove and out of play.
Ooh, hit him on the shoulder. That happened while he was in foul territory. Great look right here.
Because in the angle we're at, we can't see him. All we can see is the baseball popping off his body, this angle. But the effort was there. He tried to be able to avoid the wall and try to jump up all at the same time. That corner here at Safeco Field.
Payoff. Fouled away. Good looking day here in Seattle. 59 degrees. Wind out of the northwest at 2. Very comfortable. Humidity has not been a problem. A couple of days tops, maybe right around July 4, 5, 6 in that neighborhood. Just a gorgeous afternoon. Pitch down low, and Morales is aboard with the walk. Today's game is sponsored by DirecTV. Now NFL Sunday Ticket is included at no extra charge when you switch. And by the makers of One A Day Men's, the official multivitamin of MLB. Mark Trumbo stands in now. That was the first walk issued by Felix Hernandez. Swing and a miss. First leadoff man to reach thus far in this ballgame for the Angels.
I asked Mark Trumbo earlier about who's the toughest pitcher he's faced, and he said, no question, Felix Hernandez. He's got an unhittable slider, great fastball, great location.
Bouncing ball to Seager. Goes to Ackley with the tag. Did he get him? He did. Heck of an athletic play by Justin Ackley and a fourth throw by Kyle Seager. And here comes Mike Sosha. Second base umpire is Ron Kolpa.
He wants to make sure the tag was applied, because when he's off the base, you're taking away the force and you have to put the tag down. One thing we saw last night's game, some miscues by the defense, the best fielding team in the American League, Seattle, and potential on that play.
So Mike gets the answer, not exactly what he wanted to hear. It's a heck of a play here by Ackley. Ball sailed, missed. Says he got him on the tag. Ron Kolpa was in very good position there.
That's a very difficult play for a middle infielder, because the anticipation of somebody coming in sliding hard at you as they're trying to take you out of second base. Catch it and then reapply a tag because you have taken away the force play because you're too far from the base.
Strike one to Gutierrez. From, I'm looking at Gutierrez to Howie Kendrick. Howie Kendrick is the hitter. Howie struck out his first time. 13 first pitch strikes by Felix Hernandez. Felix will take off one of his value chains. I think it broke. Shredded in there. Hope it's insured.
He's not happy about it.
one of those things. Pitchers, we're definitely a different breed. There's no question about that. Say superstitious, you may be able to use any adjective you want, but those are the things that bother you. The chain you're used to having on you as you throw, it's no longer there.
Inside to Kendrick. Put an emergency call to his local jeweler.
Yes.
Dude, I need to have that back by an inning from now.
If I give up a hit, it better be back in and out.
1-1 that count to Kendrick. Good breaking ball by Felix Hernandez. When he threw the perfect game against Tampa Bay, it was just remarkable. He had control of all 5 pitches.
And most pitchers like to take 2 quality pitches out each game, but he has that ability to take 5. Jared Weaver's a lot like that also for the Angels. Have that ability to throw any number of pitch in the strike zone, elevate and hit corners and change speeds.
1-2 to Kendrick. Down low. Got a 2-2 count. Good hitter, Howie Kendrick. Fouled it off his foot. When you see a guy foul it off his foot like that, you like to come back with the same pitch?
And maybe even 2 pitches if it takes that. Definitely come right back inside. Hitters are aware of that. They're trying to fight from having to deal with that pitch down and in once again. And Howie has the approach. He's very good at plate coverage as far as fastballs or breaking pitches away, inside out, hit the ball well the other way like a Paul Molitor used to be able to do. So if you're a pitcher, you want to try to throw fastballs in anyhow late in the count. A lot like Michael Young with Texas. Looks away early. Looks in early, then away late. That's a perfect pitch on the inside part of the plate. Not exactly for Howie because he fouled it off his leg.
Got a 2-2 pitch coming. Felix third in the American League behind Scherzer and Verlander in the American League. 2-2. Gets through Jaso. Down to second goes Trumbo. Count runs a 3-2.
10th wild pitch. Must have seen Jaso was fooled by that pitch. No, it was in the dirt.
The tying run down to second base with 1 out. Double play taken out of order.
He sent up a target down, but then he got up on the throw itself, and then the ball ended up in the dirt.
3-2 pitch to Kendrick. Walked him. 2 walks here in this inning for Felix Hernandez. Fox Saturday Baseball returns next week with 3 games that all have playoff implications as Adrian Gonzalez and the new look Dodgers will be in San Francisco to take on the NL West leading Giants as LA tries to get back in playoff position, with the Royals battle the AL Central leading White Sox, where the NL wildcard leading Braves square up against the Mets. Fox Saturday Baseball presented by MasterCard returns next week at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, 12:30 p.m. Pacific. 1 out, 2 on for the Angels. Here's Eric Ibar.
Well, that was a good at bat for Howie Kendrick to work a walk after being behind in the count. And now with Ibar up, Felix looks uncomfortable on the mound. He's frustrated with his mechanics, overthrowing some breaking pitches in the dirt.
There's 1-0. In there for strike. Career ERA at the top of the list.
Pretty good names he's ahead of. Johan Santana with a no-hitter this year. First in New York Met history, which I'm still stunned by. All the great pitches they had over the years.
Yes, indeed. 1-1. Outside. Ibar with a single to left, his first time up. Angels, their run coming in the first inning. Albert Pujols, an RBI double to deep right center field. breaking ball for a strike. 2-2.
That's what makes you a great pitcher, when you have that ability to throw a breaking pitch in a fastball count behind 2-1. You have two guys on base via walks, yet you still have the confidence to throw a breaking pitch in that spot.
Felix in his last 5 games against the Angels, 2-2, a 2.84 ERA. He's got a 2-2 pitch here. Swing and a miss, and Ibar's gone. 2 outs. 4th strikeout for Felix.
It's a nasty changeup. After 2-1 slider, throws a 2-2 changeup.
Felix going to try to shut the door with Alberto Callaspo.
Callaspo, that big pinch hit grand slam against Felix early in the year here at Safeco Field. Jumped on a fastball in the inner half and turned on it and hit it out the right field.
It was a blast, too. And a big surprise.
And that's why you see a curveball there, too.
That's exactly right.
Callaspo was very quick batting from the left side on fastballs in the area, especially up. Of course, as a pitcher, you know the scouting reports. He's going to be jumping early on a fastball. That's why you saw a curveball.
Back with a strike. One and one, they count, 2 men on. So foul back, 1-2. Looks a strike away from getting out of it here in the 4th inning. Felix Hernandez from Valencia, Venezuela. Signed by Seattle, non-drafted free agent. 4th of July, 02. Loves it here in Seattle. Signed a long-term contract, got a couple more years left on it. Wants to play out his entire career here in Seattle. He's on record as saying that.
He's been dominant since he got up here as a 19-year-old.
1-2 to Callaspo with 2 on. Wild pitch. That one bounces away. Runners will move up.
Now 11 wild pitches on the year for Felix. Overthrowing the breaking ball once again. 2 in this inning alone.
That is highly unusual.
And it's difficult for a catcher to spin on the breaking ball in the dirt as compared to a fastball, different rotation. The seams hit the dirt, and you don't know which way. As a catcher, it's going to spin off your body.
So now 2 runners in scoring position. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Strike 3 call. Felix Hernandez with a big strikeout. That's 5 for the ball game. And that was huge in the 4th. Hanging a 0 on Mike Scioscia's club. It's 2-1 Mariners. Here's a high pop off the bat of Jaso. Third baseman Cayespo calling off the catcher Iannetta. And one down. Fox Saturday Baseball is presented by MasterCard. Beautiful day here in Seattle, Washington. Dave Sims, Mark Gubicon, the Fox crew. A 2-1 lead for the Mariners over Irvin Santana and the Angels.
Irvin's thrown Jaso 2 pitches. He's gotten him out twice. 7 for 11 coming into the game against Irvin.
Yeah, popped him up there, and then a soft line drive back in the second inning. Here's Montero. Took a called third strike. Two runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Mariners. Running 3 hits for the Angels. Inside to Montero.
This is a time when Montero is looking for a fastball. Much better hitter on the road, but this is also the time when Irvin will throw a slider.
2-1. Montero swung the bat quite well against left-hand pitcher.
Hard slider from Irvin against Montero. He has to be thinking fastball. Great hitters count. We talked about it with Felix, the same thing. Great pitchers figure out how to throw off-speed pitches and fastball counts.
The breaking ball. Cayespo throws out Montero. 2 down here in the Mariners' 4th. Let's go to Matt Vasgersian for a DirecTV game break.
Dave, Cards and Nats swinging big in D.C. this afternoon. Adam LaRoche is 24th to make it 6-2 Nats. Next half inning, Matt Holliday would club his 25th to get a couple of them back. Kyle Loesch versus Jordan Zimmerman. So much for the pitcher's duel. A reminder, if you call yourself a sports fan, you got to get DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. Back to Dave and Google.
All right, thank you, Matt. Here's Eric Thames pulling one foul. How about the fact that that's the Cardinals and the Nats playing for the first time this year as we look at the wild card numbers. Atlanta +3 on St. Louis right now. They have the top 2 spots. Pittsburgh trying to hang in there. They were a couple of games out in their division.
Yeah, it's going to make for a great race all the way through the entire season. I remember quite a few years back that traditionists in baseball didn't like the wild card. Now when you add another one in there, I love it because it's going to allow fans who would normally think we're out of it an opportunity to watch some good baseball towards the end.
It can come anywhere near duplicating the final day of last season.
That was unbelievable.
It really was.
Looks like it's going to. There's a number, all teams, about 5 or 6 in each league, battling for those last 2 spots to get into the playoffs.
A couple of days ago, Commissioner Bud Selig joined us on Mariners TV in Minnesota. And he is thrilled by what he's seeing with these wild card chases. 2-2 pitch. Thames strikes out. Tag applied by Iannetta. A tidy inning for Irvin Santana. And when we come back, Mike Trout. We're going to see him. Odds-on favorite to win MVP and Rookie of the Year in the American League. Here at Safeco Field in Seattle, top of the fifth. Mariners lead 2-1. Felix Hernandez, first pitch to Chris Iannetta. Long run for Smoke, it's out of play. Mariners took the lead in the third inning. Trayvon Robinson, he tied it up with a home run, and then Franklin Gutierrez a double down the left field line gave the Mariners the lead. Albert Pujols hit a single, make that doubled in the first inning, scoring Torrey Hunter for the first run of the ball game. Outside Iannetta, grounded out to second, his first time up.
Iannetta with good power to right center field. Good on base percentage guy. Works to count well.
2-1 to Chris.
You see those numbers for him the last 10 days. 462. A lot of those hits up the middle, the other way. And does have power to left field too if he can guess fastball inside.
2-1. Nice one hop to Ryan. Brendan throws across the Smoke. One down. Top of the order, Mike Trout. He struck out, hit a hard line drive to Smoke down at first.
Well, these are the matchups you live for as a baseball fan. You got Mike Trout, one of the best hitters, even though he's just 21 years old, going against one of the best pitchers the game's seen in a number of years, in Felix Hernandez.
Last time Felix and Trout got together, Trout beat him, put 5 runs on the board, a 3-run homer and a 2-run sacrifice fly. It was down in Anaheim. He took a pitch and drove it deep down the right field line. That was caught. And was it Ibar? Was
Ibar
at second?
Never stopped.
Never stopped. Big cut by Trout, 1-1.
That's a pretty good 1-0 hack on a fastball from Hernandez by Mike Trout.
That game was back on Friday, August 10th. Trout a 3-run homer in the third inning as he takes a strike. And the 2-run sacrifice fly in the fifth. 6-5 Angels win that ball game. Some bright young players. Manny Machado came to Baltimore right after the Mariners were there recently. He's one of their top prospects in the game. That's a bullet in the right center field. Base hit for Mike Trout.
Well, that was a good, short, compact swing. We've talked about that a lot this year, about his ability to drive the ball, the balance, and short through the baseball. That's about as compact as a swing as you're going to see.
It's really good.
And it's quick and powerful. And now you're dealing with speed at first. 42 stolen bases in 46 attempts for Trout. Felix very quick to the plate, but he's going to be challenged here by Mike Trout, going the other way for his base hit.
He's an impact guy, Eric Wedge, well aware. Trout making a fabulous catch last night, robbing Jaso of extra bases. And how he affects the infield with this tremendous speed.
Well, just 1 for 5 last night in the game, yet still managed to score 3 runs.
Swing and a miss by Hunter on a breaking ball. He's usually a first-second pitch guy.
Yeah, he tries to time it, but right now you see with Felix, he's doing a nice job as far as holding the ball, varying his times. But he will definitely challenge Jaso here as far as trying to steal a base. And Torrey loves hitting with Trout on first base in about 370 in these spots.
0-1 count. Trout, no, he doesn't. He held up. And there's a base hit through the hole. Torrey Hunter. Here come the Angels. Trout bluffed. Started, stopped, and had to restart again with the ball going through the hole. Matt Kemp, David Price, and Robinson Cano have visited the MLB Fan Cave this season. Check out all the player videos and watch exclusive videos and interviews with your favorite performers and celebrities by visiting MLBFanCave.com. Follow at MLB Fan Cave on Twitter and like the MLB Fan Cave on Facebook.
Well, Eric Wedge talked about the effect that Mike Trout has on his team in general and all teams as far as the defensive side. You force the pitcher to slide step, so you're not going to have as good a stuff. And because he's going, Brendan Ryan takes this a short step towards second, and lo and behold, has not as much coverage in the hole for a base hit for Torrey Hunter.
Check swing, Albert Pujols, strike one. Albert 1 for 2. RBI double his first time up. Albert's first inning RBI, 1-0 Angels. Mariners come back with 2 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Angels threatening here, 2 on, 1 out. Folding, 0-2. Jones with 5 strikeouts. He's walked 2. A couple of wild pitches.
Hard slider there from Felix against Pujols. Pujols with numbers that many of us have never seen. Tremendous offensive numbers. But a great pitch by Felix to get a swing and miss. Well, the next home run for Pujols would be number 30. Give him 12 straight seasons of 30 or more home runs to start his career.
0-2 here to Albert. Ground ball, Seager goes to Ackley for 1. Smoke for 2. The tag applied. They get the double play. So the Angels threaten with 2 on here in the 5th inning. The Mariners with the double play in that threat. 2-1 Seattle. By Chevrolet, proud to support youth baseball in cities and towns across the country. Good to have you with us here at Fox Saturday Baseball. Dave Sims, Mark Gubicza from Seattle. Mariners lead it 2-1. Justin Smoke down the line. Chance for extra bases here as it sticks under the padding. Smoke will get to second as Torrey Hunter gets it back in. A leadoff double for Smoke. for Justin, his 9th double of the season. Good start to the 5th.
Comes on an early pitch against Urban. Fastball that stayed up middle, right down the right field line. And staying under the padding, but there was no call for Torrey not to go get the baseball. Torrey, the only chance he has is to throw his hands up, and then at that point will be called a ground roll double.
In at third is Kai Aspo. Trayvon Robinson swings and sends one fairly deep to left field, and Mark Trumbo will get on it. Runner will hold as Trumbo gets it back in. 1 out.
Nice job by Trumbo getting back on the baseball to create momentum going forward to keep Smoke at second base. If the ball hit that far, sometimes when you're going back on it, a runner can sense that and can advance to third base. He gets back and then gets himself in good throwing position to prevent Smoke from getting to third base.
First baseman by trade. His work in the outfield has gotten better pretty much every day, right?
Yeah, I was asking about which part of the outfield does he get better reads, left field or right field, because he's played them both. He's played some third. He's DH, played first base. Get more and more acclimated to left field, though, because of the baseball off the bat, especially from left-handed batters, tracks towards him.
There's Brendan Ryan, flied out to center's first time up. Breaking ball for a strike. He runs on 3 hits for the Mariners, a run on 5 hits for the Angels. In the left center field, Trout is there, runs it down. Get used to seeing that. He can close the gap, can he? Mike Trout, nice catch. Let's go to Matt Vasgersian for a DirecTV game break.
Great.
Hey, an update, a slugfest in D.C. Top of the 4th, bases loaded for Matt Carpenter. A 3-run double makes it 7-6 for a team that had scored just 1 run in their last 39 innings at the start of play. A reminder, if you call yourself a sports fan, you got to get DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. Back to Dave and Mark in Seattle.
All right, Matt, thank you very much. 2-1 lead for the Mariners in the 5th. Another nice catch by Mike Trout, just outruns it.
Yeah, slider off the end of the bat, and because of a longer swing, you have to first react to that baseball, and he's able to cover that much ground. Smoke was caught in between, thinking there's no way that Trout was going to beat in time to catch that baseball.
Twitter poll question. Trout wins going away against Robinson. Which is the better catch? Trayvon against the Angels last year or Trout this year?
Tell you what, that was a great play by Robinson in Anaheim. That wall, well, granted it's low in Anaheim, there's no give. That's running into cement.
He had just been called up, I believe, that day. Terrific catch. Trout's is breathtaking. And again, as you mentioned, take nothing away from what Trayvon did, but Trout's catch was amazing.
I mean, remember you asked Mike Scioscia about Mike Trout, the wow effect. He just sits there. I mean, what more can you say?
Yeah, he said he's consistent.
This plays the game hard, and you just sit back and you expect these type of plays and those type of at bats every night.
I remember talking to Mike last year, and he was telling Scioscia that is about Trout's speed, and he says you're not going to believe it. Here's a drive to right. Torrey Hunter tracking. And caught by a fan. That's a heck of a catch. Nicely done. That is terrific.
And he's letting everyone know this. He made a great play with the bare hand.
Very nice. And it all the way, too.
Get a little Kevin Mitchell using the bare hand to make a play.
There you go. That's still one of my favorite all-time catches. He overran it, just reached
up
and made the catch. 2-2 here to Ackley. Smoke, not a fast runner. He's at second. Outside, full count.
You see really pushing the envelope, Smoke, as far as trying to get a good secondary lead to give him a chance to try to score. Base hit in the right field is going to be difficult. Torrey Hunter with 9 outfield assists this year from right field, 15 last year. Trumbo, strong arm. Trout charges very well and makes good throws.
Moot point as Ackley strikes out. And it gives up a hit. Still trails 2-1. Baseball began in 1876. 4.8% of games all time have been played since 2009. 6 of the 22 perfect games in Major League history have happened since 09, or 27.3%.
And you've got to call 2 of them. How do you do that?
Got lucky, pal.
It's all about the timing.
Philip Humber here on April 21. Felix here August 15. 2-1 ball game here. Game 2 of a weekend set. Angels in town to take on the Mariners. Kendrys Morales leads off. Morales, Trumbo, and Kendrick here in the 6th inning.
Just like we anticipated coming into this game, a great pitching matchup between Felix and Irvin. One has thrown a perfect game, the other has thrown a no-hitter in their careers.
You threw one, didn't you? You threw a no-no?
No.
You came close.
A one-hitter.
A one-hitter, that's
yeah.
what I know.
I was always happy to make it through the first without giving up a hit.
Who was that against?
Oakland. And the only hit I gave up was a ground ball base hit by Mark McGuire, a guy that never hit the ball generally on the ground. It was always in the air and far.
Yeah. 2-1. Great job in the outside corner, 2-2. Morales is ground out to first in a walk today. Kings Court in session.
When you think about it, how difficult it is to throw a perfect game, everything has to go right. You have to have a home plate umpire that's working with you as a pitcher. The guys have to make every play behind you in the field. You can't jam a batter and he flares it in the outfield. You have to hit your spots all day long. Everything has to go your way for perfection.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 6. And Felix Hernandez, 1 down here in the 6th inning. Today's game is presented by MasterCard, proud supporter of Stand Up to Cancer, and sponsored by Michelin, a better way forward. Beautiful day here in Seattle. Dave Sims, Mike Gubazon. Felix Hernandez with a 2-1 lead. Here's Trumbo. Looks at a strike. The emotional toll and pressure of a 1-0 game Felix has had his share this year. It's been remarkable. He's got 5 shutouts. What's that like?
I mean, every pitch you have to make has to be perfect. He's had 4 1-0 shutouts. We talked about that earlier. It's draining throughout the entire game, although because of that, games like today allows him to have that same feel because he's trying to protect a 1-run lead. You cannot waver at all. You can't, I'm going to throw a get-over fastball, get-over breaking ball, because that one mistake could be resulting in a no decision or a potential loss.
Outside. 2-1.
This is a dangerous spot for Felix against Trumbo. Trumbo has great power. He's going to look for a certain part of the plate where he can do the damage.
2-1. Swing and a miss.
He got his fastball, Mark did, and swung through that pitch. Middle part of the plate, too.
6 strikeouts, 2 walks given up by Felix. Here's the 2-2. Dug out by Jaso. Full count.
Both pitchers pitching in a quick pace today. So important. So important for your defense. They're on their toes. They're ready to make plays behind you.
Stark contrast to last night, Kevin Millwood and Dan Herron. A little slower pace. 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Got him. Strike 3 called. Strikeout number 7. John Jaso. He's catching Felix today. What's it like catching the King?
Attitude and his competitive edge that he brings into the game. It doesn't matter, what the situation is. If it's, 110 degrees out there or, 45 degrees out there, or he's hurting a little bit, he's going to go out there with the intent to, pitch a complete game. And, And that's a great thing as a catcher to have coming out there on the mound, you know, and not just a guy that's looking to get through 5 innings. And I mean, everybody can say, you know, how good his stuff is, how nasty he is, but I think, you know, that's a really big part about who he is as a pitcher.
And Jaso, Felix only shook him off 2 or 3 times during the perfect game recently, said Eric Wedge. An 0-1 count here to Howie Kendrick. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
Well, it must be like as a catcher would catch Bob Gibson or Don Drysdale, that competitive edge that they would have. Just put down signs and say, hey, listen, I'm making sure those hitters are not comfortable at the plate no matter what. Just put that glove there and I'll hit the target.
Felix with a chance. Strike out the side. The pitch fouled off. And 2 to a good hitter, Howie Kendrick. Pitch from Felix. Bounce foul. $22,910 on hand here at Safeco Field. Blue sky, bright sun. 2 out, nobody on. 0-2 pitch to Howie Kendrick. A piece of that one as well. Albert Pujols got the scoring started first inning. Double to right center. Mariners tied it on a home run by Trayvon Robinson in the 3rd inning. Took the lead on a Franklin Gutierrez RBI double a couple of hitters later. Here's the 0-2 to Howie Kendrick. Get off the end of the bat. Smoke will take it himself. 1-2-3 inning for Felix Hernandez in the 6th. Mariners with a 2-1 lead here at home.
With a 4.5 game lead in the NL West, Tim Lincecum got the ball at Wrigley today and struck out 7. The Giants win 5-2. Orioles and Yankees started play separated by just 2 games in the AL East. Bottom of the 7th, Nick Swisher ground sharply to short. J.J. Hardy can't handle it. Eduardo Nunez scores. Yankees win 4-3. Rays and Jays, bottom of the 9th. Rays up a run. Fernando Rodney looking for his 40th save. And for the second straight game in the series, the final out comes on a play at the plate. Rays win by a run as we get you back to the ballpark.
All right, thank you, Matt. Here in Seattle, a 2-1 Mariner lead over the Angels. Game 2 of a 3-game set. Felix Hernandez, 7 strikeouts through 6 innings. Here's Franklin Gutierrez to lead it off. Goody playing in just his 18th game. Back in spring training, partial tear of his right pectoral muscle. Cost him a lot of time. Then he missed more time, June 29 to August 26, the concussion. It's a couple of hops to Ibar, throws him out. Gutierrez had reached base against the Red Sox and got hit in the head in a pickoff attempt. Tonight, college football comes to Fox. As Aaron Andrews, Eddie George, and Joey Harrington will get you ready for kickoff with a Ford Fox College Saturday pregame show. Then Heisman Trophy front runner Matt Barkley and the #1 rated USC Trojans take their first step on the road to a national championship as they take on Hawaii. The premiere of Fox College Football presented by Geico is tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Matt Barkley back for his senior year. Fabulous performance last year. Yeah, he's been a young man that's always wanted to play at USC.
Well, he caught everybody by surprise by coming back for his senior year. Got a great core of wide receivers. Those home run totals, touchdown totals will go up for him.
They got a lot of weapons for sure. Kyle Seager. Got a 1-1 count. Kyle a fly to left. The line out to second. Irvin Santana struck out 5, walked 1. Gave up a home run to Trayvon Robinson. Tied the game. Bottom of the 3rd. 3 batters later, Gutierrez with an RBI double gave the Mariners the lead, and that's where we are right now, bottom of the 6th. 2-2.
We saw that first out of the inning that Gutierrez hit that ground ball deep to shortstop to Eric Ibar. You're seeing 2 of the best fielding shortstops in the game with Brendan Ryan and Eric Ibar.
For sure.
Both great range and strong throwing arms from that position.
Angels on a 4-game winning streak. 2-2. Popped it up. Kendrick gets under. 2 down. Here's the Lexus in-game box for the Mariners. A solo home run by Trayvon Robinson out of the 8-hole and the double by Goody.
A lot of hits for Seattle, but they've made them count. That's been their mantra the last couple of months. 2 winning months in a row for Seattle. Month of August.
Since the All-Star break, Mariners 10 games over 500, second only to the Oakland Athletics. John Jaso, 0 for 2.
What a story they are.
Been remarkable. They scored 20 runs last night. Jaso coming over from the Athletics, 90 miles south of the Oregon border. Did some leadoff work for Joe Madden and the Rays. Led off a couple of games here for the Mariners this year.
He's determined to see some pitches this about after making 2 outs on 2 pitches. He's seen 3 already here.
1-2. Bouncing ball down to Morales. And a good inning for Irvin Santana. He goes 1, 2, 3. 6 in the books. Fox Saturday Baseball will return to Seattle after word from your local Fox station. The Angels, the pitching matchup, Felix Hernandez and Irvin Santana on a bright Saturday afternoon here in Seattle. 59 degrees, very comfortable. 7th inning, Eric Ibar, Alberto Callaspo, and Chris Iannetta.
I'd not be surprised if Ibar attempts to bunt here. Bring it with him down to first base. Force the issue with Justin Smoke playing first base.
Smoke deep, Seager at third, in on the grass. Slaps it. Ryan was anticipating, quick through, and he holds on to it. That's a fine play. Good call, Goops.
That's his 16th bunt hit this year, which is tops in the majors.
That's a good play.
Well, he learned. I mean, this is one of those things too. He has such control of the bat. He's able to do that. Straight bunt, drag bunt, slap it by the third baseman. Just utilizing your speed. That's the big thing for him. He utilizes his speed.
That's a great job. Since 1974, we just saw Mr. Carew the other day in Minnesota. There's Callaspo. Pitch outside for ball one. Callaspo used to be with Kansas City. Andrew Romine's on deck. Looks like he's going to pinch hit for Chris Iannetta. Runner goes. Swung on. Foul out of play. Great jump by Ibar. Ibar this year 13 out of 16 in base stealing.
Mike Scioscia loves to put a hit and run on, especially with the trust of Callaspo, contact hitter. Very difficult to get him to swing and miss. And with Romine on deck, it could be a scenario if Callaspo gets on also, he's up there at the bunt.
Callaspo in his second full season after being with Kansas City. 1-1 inside.
This is where the Angels always have an advantage against clubs, their speed, and it forces a pitcher to incorporate a slide step to be quicker, taking the focus away from a hitter.
Good lead down there by Ibar, sent back by Felix Hernandez. 7 strikeouts, 2 walks under Felix's name here this afternoon. There's the 2-1 to Callaspo. Runner goes, swung on and fouled off again. Well, for years, Angels led the league first to third. Tampa Bay does it too. Why? Well, Joe Madden had been with the Angels organization, what, 25, 30 years. So brought that over to Tampa Bay.
And what it does, it gets the defense out of their comfort zone. So there's always movement by the defense. It creates openings in the infield. And it forces outfielders to charge baseballs that they can make mistakes on and allow a run to score.
2-2 pitch. Taken down low. Full count.
And you notice Seattle with Eric Wedge is trying to force the issue themselves because they know they have great pitching, solid defense. You got to create runs. The game has changed again. There's not everyone's waiting back for a 3-run home run.
A lot more small ball. Straight away, not too deep for Callaspo. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Ibar runs, pitch, swung on him, fouled back.
That's the pitch that Callaspo hits well, high fastball. When he had that pitch, fouled it straight back. communication between Brendan Ryan and Dustin Ackley, middle infielders. Who's going to be at the base? Angels always go 3-2, even with no outs or 1 out.
Ibar's off pitch, fouled off. Getting a lot of interval training down there at first base for Eric Ibar. He made a heck of a play last night, showing his defensive abilities. All-around player.
Great athletic skills.
Here's what he did. It's Eric Thames. That's outstanding. Bang, bang play.
The second base side of the bag. He has great coverage in the infield for the Angels.
3-2. Ibar's got his lead. He runs. Here's the pitch. Up the middle. Tag. They get him. And a throw by Ryan. Double play. The ball took him right to Ibar. And the Mariners turn 2.
And just like we said earlier, you're looking at 2 of the best defending shortstops in the game. And that's a very difficult play for Brendan Ryan. Ibar going on the play, a chopper up the middle. Not only has to field the ball, but deal with the fact his Ibar's right next to him, slides hard into him, and still able to complete the double play.
Look at the throwing angle that Ryan uses. You can't see it here, but that's a heck of a play. Diaspo can't believe that worked for a double play. Felix enjoys it. Second double play today, turned by the Mariners.
Just like we thought, Ionetta is still hitting now with no one on, and his ability to drive the ball out of the ballpark.
2 outs, breaking ball in the outside corner for strike 1. But sometimes you really got to get lucky. The ball took him right to the runner.
But also to be able to feel that and stay in there when you're going to get hit hard.
There's Ryan. Nice hop. Takes his time. And throws out Ionetta. So at the double play, Felix faces the minimum in the 7th. Mariners lead it 2-1. here in Seattle. Montero, Jesus will lead off. Jesus Montero, 2-1 ball game. Montero, Thames, and Smoke. Montero today, strikeout looking, ground out to third. Trout, a couple steps towards right for Montero. Outfield deep for Jesus.
Hernandez worked very well with Santana today as far as keeping his pace going well, calling breaking pitches and fastball counts.
The base hit through the hole for Montero. A 1-1 pitch. The Mariners getting something going here in the 7th inning and bring up Eric Thames. Carlos Figueroa just called up today. Roster's expanding. So Figueroa will pinch run for Jesus Montero. Figueroa, big power source for the Mariners, has been up and down several times this year. Here's Eric Thames now. Gets down to bunt. It's a good one. Callaspo throws over to Morales. Down to second goes Figueroa. Fine sacrifice by Eric Thames. For Thames, it's his first sacrifice of the season.
See both managers trying to play little ball to create an opportunity to score a run. Thames, nice bunt down the third baseline, and Callaspo bare hand throws him out. But the job is done. When you're asked to sacrifice, you square around and put the ball down. So often you see hitters try to get a base hit out of it instead of disadvancing the runner.
That's why they call it a sacrifice. Smoke with an RBI opportunity. He doubled to right field. Caught in between. He went. Strike one.
Product of a hitter guessing fastball first pitch. Got it last time up and hit a double down the right field line.
Figueroa, 6'4", about 240, but he can really run. He's at second base. 0-2 hole here for Smoke. Santana today struck out 5, walked 1. Oh, 2 up high.
Irvin's had outstanding stuff this entire ball game, other than the one glitch of when he threw a fastball that didn't quite get located against Robinson. Very effective.
In the dirt to Smoke, 2-2.
And the trust you have to have as a pitcher when you're ahead of the count, have that ability to throw the ball in the dirt to get a swing and miss for your catcher behind. He's going to smother it and keep it in front of him.
Figueroa, the runner at second, 1 out. Smoke now has a full count. Trayvon Robinson's on deck.
Smoke's done a nice job of fighting back into the count, being behind 0-2, now full count.
3-2. Long foul ball. So it's some action down there. Walden getting ready.
And Randy just came up from Double-A. Here the Angels. Got a power fastball from the left side, 93 to 95.
3-2 pitch. To left field. Trumbo backs up. Boy, that thing really sunk on him. Out number 2 in the 7th. Next week, the regular season begins with a Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader. First, the 3rd And the Redskins take on Drew Brees and the Saints, or Michael Vick leads the Eagles against the Browns. The Falcons take on the Chiefs, or the Rams face the Lions. Then in America's Game of the Week, the 49ers battle the Packers. Seahawks take on the Cardinals, and the Panthers face the Buccaneers. And don't miss the biggest event of the season, Fox Fantasy Football, presented by Burger King. Easy league setup, Fox Fantasy Insider info, and always free to play. Play in a private league or a group of friends, or join a public league. Sign up today at foxsports.com/fantasy. I'm going to put on Trayvon Robinson. Gets the intentional pass. Going to pitch to Brendan Ryan.
Strictly a matchup situation for Socha. Robinson's had some good swings against Irvin today. Brendan Ryan just 1 for 16 in his career against Irvin. Plus, this allows Torrey to play a little more shallow in right field, just in case there is a base hit out that way. And the outfielders in general, as compared against Robinson, where you're going to be deeper in the outfield, more difficult to make a throw to the plate.
Robinson had homered in his first time up, fly to left. Now Brendan Ryan, a couple of flies to center, one to left center field. That was run down by Mike Trout. Boy, everything looms so large in a one-run ball game. 2-1. Mariners bottom in the 7th inning. Ball 1 to Ryan. Kings Court chanting Brendan Ryan's name here. Want to know the count. 2 on, 2 out. One.
And that's Irvin's nasty slider. The pitch before it backed up on him and stayed in the middle of the plate. This went hard down and away.
I think disappeared. Good pitch.
Yeah, if you throw that first one he threw to Brendan Ryan, it's going to be hit hard. You want to make sure you stay down and away with that sharp slider.
1-1. Fouled off.
And Ryan's one of those hitters right now that's trying to make contact. They end up being the more difficult ones to face in these spots. As a pitcher, sometimes you want the guys, the big swingers, because they'll expand their zone. Contact hitters just try to put the ball in play.
Ryan up on that bat a few inches. Popped it up. So Mike Socha gets exactly what he wants. Ibar puts it away, and the Mariners threat with 2 on dies. Coming up, Torrey Hunter, Albert Bulls, Kendrys Morales, 2, 3, and 4 against Felix Hernandez with a 2-1 Mariner lead.
I said, wait a minute, I know adrenaline, but I looked at it, I was like, what is that?
Oh, man.
It's a word that, I say about a bajillion times, but it's not a word you read a lot.
No, I don't think I've ever. No, I don't think I've ever.
7 innings of work. Irvin Santana's been outstanding. Gutierrez with a double to give the Mariners the lead back in the 3rd inning. Mike Trout leads it off. Here in the 8th inning, Trout, Hunter, and Pujols. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Trout today struck out, lined out to first, and got a base hit to center.
It's a big challenge for Hernandez against Trout right here. You want to try for your Felix to keep him off base.
On. Foul ball. Trout with a .335 average, leading the American League. Hard throwing rookie Stephen Pryor up top at 99 and 100. Power arms in the Mariner bullpen. Carter Capps went last night. Tom Wilhelmsen, the closer. 1-2. Trout does a great job hitting the right field. Base hit. Gets that back foot moving and gets the barrel out there really well in his pitches away.
This is a special player. I mean, even behind the count, you're facing a great pitcher. You're still trying to make contact. The foot comes off, but still the swing is through. The bat stays back long enough in the strike zone to be able to make hard enough contact to get that in the right field.
It's the kind of pitch that he hit for the 2-run sac fly down in Anaheim. 42 stolen bases. Torrey Hunter, the hitter.
Brendan Ryan at shortstop here will play up in double play mode for Seattle. You know, to create an opportunity if a ground ball is at him to get that base quicker because of the speed of Trout and the ability of Torrey Hunter to make contact himself.
Trout takes off. Pitch popped up. No play for Jason. Trout got a fabulous jump.
I mean, last inning, Eric Ibarra got worn out doing that.
Yeah, he did.
He was going to second base about 6 or 7 times. Well, he gets a good jump, low center of gravity for Mike Trout. Is able to go.
Eric Wedge was raving about the first step that Trout has. Full speed, 1 step. And what did Sochi say? Hit him to first base at 3.381, I think it was. That is a foul ball.
You know, on a bunt, they had him at 3.53 early in the year. That's Mickey Mantle type speed.
And he's a right-hander. He's coming out of right-handed box. I mean, a lot of times you see the speed guys who are left-handed.
Exactly.
Have that kind of number. Torrey Hunter's got an 0-2 count with its stolen base percentage. 42 out of 46. Torrey Hunter, a couple of hits today. 2 for 3. Hunter went 4 for 5 last night. Torrey doing a good job swinging the bat. 0-2 count.
Well, every once in a while, a manager will put a pitch out 0-2 on just because the anticipation as a base runner, you think he is going to throw a breaking ball. Chances are it's in the dirt. Better opportunity to steal the base. That's why I would not be surprised if Eric Wedge would do that. Put a pitch out. You still have a lot of the count to work with being 0-2.
There's Trout taking his lead. 0-2 to Torrey Hunter. Runner goes, swung on and fouled off.
Trout anticipating the breaking pitch, going 0-2.
Evan Jepson throwing bullpen for the Angels. Felix checks Trout at first base. We'll do it again. 0-2. Torrey Hunter. Wedge year number 2. This game, 5 games under 500.
At one point this year, Mike Trout had stole 30 consecutive bases.
It's getting it done. 0-2 to Hunter. Trout does not run. Ground ball up the middle. Base hit for Torrey Hunter. Trout's going to go to third. He's going to get there. He gets to third. Here come the Angels. First and third. Nobody out here in the top of the 8th inning. Now it's time for the Just for Men Auto Stop Foolproof Stat. Just as the Angels can count on Albert Pujols, you can count on Just for Men Auto Stop for foolproof results.
It's the 4th consecutive game now, looking back, for Torrey Hunter with at least 3 hits in a game. We talked about how well he likes hitting a number 2 spot. You have Trout in front of you, Pujols behind you. That's a lot of fastballs.
You're going to get some pitches. 2-1 game. Mariners on top. Big threat here by the Angels. Ball 1, Albert.
This is when, as a pitcher, when you're getting up in that pitch count around 113, 114 now coming up for Felix, you still have that competitive edge, but do you still have the stuff to get a guy like Albert Pujols out at this spot? Very difficult task for him.
Part of the order here for the Angels. 1-0 pitch from Felix. And Albert Pujols ahead in the count, 2-0. Anderson Morales is on deck. Albert today, RBI double in the 1st inning. Ground out to short. Bounced into a double play. Great speed on the base pass with Trout at 3rd, Torrey Hunter at 1st. Swing and miss, 2-1.
Well, he challenged him with a fastball, but a great spot with that fastball at 93. Ran in, 2-seam fastball. Boy, if you make any contact at all, it's going to be fouled off your body or pulled foul. Very effective pitch to get back into the count.
2-1. Ground ball to 3rd. Through Seager. Tie ball game. Trout scores. Torrey Hunter to 3rd. He gets the stop. Pujols limps into 2nd base. New ball game at 2-2. And the Angels with runners at 2nd and 3rd. Nobody out for Kendrys Morales.
Boy, that's a tough spot. You know how difficult it is for a pitcher when you have the pitch count up. You have to face one of the all-time great hitters in Albert Pujols. First pitch slider, very patient. Fastball down and in, a pitch you can get a double play with. Then he runs another fastball in, comes back in again, but this time Albert tucks his hands in and up to get that ground ball by Kyle Seager at 3rd base.
And E5 on Seager. Kendrys Morales infield up close now. 2-2 ball game. Hit it right to Ryan. He'll hold the runner. Throw to 1st. Morales is out. Let's go to Matt Vasgersian at the MLB Network studios for a game break.
Dave, wild stuff in Atlanta. Tim Hudson loses Cliff Lee on a bases-loaded walk. Then later in the inning, after a pitching change, Ty Wigginton beats out a double play ball to make it 5-0 Philly. Hey, it's too early to say it's 2011 all over again, but the Braves perhaps on the verge of their 10th loss in their last 14 games. Guys, back out to you in Seattle.
All right, Matt, thank you. That's a problem for Atlanta. Tie ball game. Here's Trumbo fouling one off of John Jaso. Boy, that ate him up.
Well, Atlanta still remembers what happened last year. It's tough to erase that memory unless you have success late in the year.
So 1 out, runners at 2nd and 3rd here in the 8th inning.
Great back off of Jaso. How would you like to be an infielder playing in with Trumbo at the plate, and you got Felix pitching, generating power?
There's the 0-1 here to Trumbo. Broken bat, that gets through. Base hit, Angels back on top, 3-2. Here comes Pujols, and the throw from Robinson is cut off as Albert limps home. 2-run single for Mark Trumbo. And the Angels on top now. Trumbo singling in a couple, gives them RBIs 82 and 83, and Eric Wedge is going to come and get his ace. So the Angels have chased Felix Hernandez here in the 8th inning. A fine job by the Angels. Helped by an error by Kyle Seager down in third, but not Felix's day. 4-2 Angels. Take the lead at 4-2. Stephen Pryor takes over for the Mariners, hard-throwing right-hander.
Did a nice job for Seattle. Fastball 94 to 99, could touch 100. Also has a very sharp, hard cut fastball.
2-run single by Mark Trumbo. E5 brought in a run. Here's Howie Kendrick, first hitter for Pryor. And that's a wild pitch, getting down to second base. Vernon Wells, who came in.
Jaso not real happy with himself on that one. They're just off the end of the glove. Overthrown by Pryor. Didn't get an opportunity to get his body over there to be able to block it, although he was overthrown. The catcher wants to be able to shift his body over to keep it in front of him.
Vernon Wells will stay on in left field. That one dug out by Jaso.
Well, the Angels just put some pretty decent at bats against Felix here in the 8th inning. It all started just because of Mike Trout's ability to disrupt everything.
Yes, indeed.
A perfect pitch by Felix, who had some solid numbers during the course of the game.
His previous 14 starts, a 1.40 ERA, but the Angels have his number. Should the Angels go on and win, Felix's record against the Angels would drop to 6-11. Fouled off by Howie Kendrick.
There's really no rhyme or reason why some pitchers have success against teams and why you struggle against others, especially when you look at what Felix can do on the mound. Great stuff, yet the Angels have seen the ball well against him.
Down low from Pryor.
Even in Anaheim the other day, he had a 5-0 lead.
That's right, early.
And it went away from him.
Three-one pitch to Kendrick. In there for strike. Vernon Wells pinch running for Trumbo. He's down at second. Got there on the wild pitch. Payoff. Base hit. Wells will come around and score. It's 5-2. Angels is Howie Kendrick with an RBI double. Howie with his 24th double. 49th RBI. 5-2. Angels. It's their 10th hit.
And Howie had his 15-game hit streak snapped the other day when he had to leave the game after just one at bat. The fly ball out to right, came out of the game. That snapped a 15-game hit streak. This time he gets a pitch up in the zone. Cut fastball. It's through the baseball. Hits it into the alley in left center field, and it gets a double.
Big inning here for the Angels. It continues here with Eric Ibar with one out. Second straight hit. 4 hits in the inning. Down low. 5 of the 6 Angel batters this inning have reached base. 4 hits and an error. There's your totals in a big 4 here in the 8th inning. Pitch running away.
Something unusual too when you see Seattle making an error. Best fielding team in the American League. And a wild pitch allows another base runner to get in scoring position, and the Angels capitalize with another run.
And a 4-pitch walk. Derek Ibar, runners at first and second. Coming up next, college football comes to Fox's. Aaron Andrews, Eddie George, and Joey Harrington. They're going to get you ready for kickoff of the Ford Fox College Saturday pregame show. Then Heisman Trophy front runner Matt Barkley and #1 ranked USC take their first step on the road to a national championship. They take on Hawaii. Premier Fox College football presented by Geico is coming up next. Carl Willis, pitching coach, out for a quick chat. Stephen Pryor. Carl, remember the '91 Twins World Championship team.
Nice job coming out of the bullpen for him. They're trying to get Pryor back to not overthrowing the baseball. And now if you're Caspo, anytime a pitching coach comes out, you usually look for that first pitch fastball and you try to jump on it.
Charlie Furbush done a good job out of the bullpen, left-hander, getting ready for the Mariners. Big inning here for the Angels. Caspo will be the 8th man to the plate. This will be Pryor's 3rd hitter. Pitch running away, gets a strike. 2 on, 1 out. You're in the 8th inning. Gets off of the glove of Jaso. That's a pass ball.
And another uncharacteristic mistake made by the defense. Ball is almost, it looks like it could have been called a strike.
They looked at his glove. What happened? Mariners made an error last night, had a couple of unusual plays that were uncharacteristic, and more of same today.
When you force the infield in again, you have a better chance as a hitter to be successful here with the infield in.
1-1 pitch. Strike two. Espo 0 for 3. Reached on a fielder's choice, struck out looking, bounced into a double play. 1-2. That's off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Certainly has an impressive fastball. 97, 98. The key for any young pitcher is to not overthrow and try to force and muscle up on your pitch.
2-2, fouled back. One out. Infield up close. Runners at second and third. You got Kendrick at third, Ibarra at second. 2-2 pitch. No play for Seager. So the Angels have chased Felix Hernandez here in the 8th inning. On deck hitter is Chris Iannetta. And a 2-2 pitch coming here to Espo. Foul off again.
Always been one of the most difficult batters to strike out. Alberto Espo, even with the fastball that Pryor possesses, still in contact mode for him.
2-2. Off the plate, so a full count to Espo as Stephen Pryor struggling.
With an open base, he doesn't have to force a pitch in the strike zone, though. You have a right-handed batter on deck. And Chris Iannetta. So if you're Pryor, you don't have to throw a ball middle part of the plate.
3-2 pitch. Popped up in the infield. Battling the son, Ryan. He's there. Out number 2. Bring the 9th man to the plate, Chris Iannetta. AL wildcard look. Oakland Athletics have played fabulous baseball in the second half. They start today with a record of 31-14 in the second half. That's the best record in the American League. Tampa Bay, Detroit, Angels, 3 back.
It's hard to believe. Oakland 17 games over 500. They were in rebuilding mode, made a couple big trades during the offseason. Trevor Cahill, Gio Gonzalez, both young pitchers traded away for even younger arms.
Back up the middle, snagged by Pryor. Good inning for the Angels. They take the lead. 4 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, and a couple of men left at 5-2 Angels. everything. It's the plan that revolves around you, only from Verizon, and by new Just for Men. Auto Stop is foolproof. Gray is over. Beautiful day here at Safeco Field in Seattle. New left fielder Vernon Wells, former All-Star. He takes over in left field. Here's Dustin Ackley. And won an inning by the Angels to put up 4 and chase Felix Hernandez. Kevin Jepson takes over in relief of Urban Santana.
Jepson's done a great job coming back from the AAA, dominating the strike zone 95 to 98. Hard cut fastball slider himself.
Pitch outside Ackley. Top of the order for the Mariners. Ackley, Gutierrez, and Seager. Runs scored today for Ackley, who struck out looking and swinging. Walk was sandwiched in between those strikeouts. That one down the line, foul.
We've seen a number of power arms in baseball, especially coming out of the bullpen. We saw Pryor throwing 98, 99, Jepson 97, 98. Last night, Carter Capps was throwing 100.
1-2 pitch here to Ackley. Shadows starting to creep in.
It makes it more difficult for a hitter to be able to track a baseball, especially when we're mentioning 97, 98.
Yeah, funny thing about that. You guys know how to use that to your advantage.
There's no question.
2-2. High strike beats Ackley. He's K'd 3 times today. Glad you're with us here at Safeco Field in Seattle. Dave Sims with Mark Gubicza. These Angels trying to make a run to get into the playoff situation, like what Mike Scioscia said. I don't care what door it is, I got to get in.
Exact same thing in this game. Felix was throwing the ball so well. Mike Trout hit a perfect pitch from Felix in the right field. Got the Angels offense going, but Felix was throwing the ball so well at that point. Urban Santana, excellent today for the Angels.
Indeed. Felix right now on the hook for what could be his 11th loss career to the Angels. Here's Gutierrez. RBI double back in the third, and that was the last time the Mariners scored. Mariners got their 2 runs in the third inning. Home run by Trayvon Robinson and Goody's double. 0-1. Popped up. Coming over is Morales. Got to play. He makes it.
One thing people have forgotten about Kendrys Morales, because a number of times being a DH this year, playing first now with Pujols with his calf problem. He's a very good fielding first baseman. But catch that pop up right in front of the Seattle dugout. Great story, him able to come back like he did. It didn't look like he was going to have an opportunity to play Major League Baseball again after breaking his ankle and having some issues with it, going in for a second surgery before coming back and becoming very productive for him.
That was a game winner against the Mariners 2 years ago, May. Saturday afternoon, and it was a Fox game. I know I had that day off, and I was with my nephew and watching him play baseball in Southern California. Go to get a post-game pizza, and I look up and say, oh, geez, there's a game-winning home run. And then all of a sudden, everybody's crowding around Morales after he stomped on home plate.
Boy, just a great guy to be around. Pleasant, great personality. And he battled his way back. Last year, the following spring, that spring training the next year, it looked like was he going to come back? Couldn't come back. That's when Mark Trumbo had the opportunity to play. And finally fought his way back this year with a great spring training and carried into the season.
Kyle Seager, 2-0 count. This was a game winner a couple of years ago down in Anaheim. And he hit it a long way. Hit it up in the rocks right here. Boom. And then his ankle went. And that, for your money, has that curbed a lot of that, jumping on the home plate around baseball? I know it did the first week or two.
Yeah, I know the Angels have made it sure, and Mike Scioscia has made sure, yes, he can be excited. And it's tough to stop players from showing that enthusiasm at the plate. The reality is you don't see many guys jumping towards that area anymore.
Here's Seager rifling one in the right field. One hop down to Torrey Hunter. 2-out base runner for the Mariners. 5th hit.
Always tough to tamper emotions in sports.
Yeah, it's easier said than done. I mean, until you're down there and in it, you don't have a real appreciation of what goes through here. Hard work that these guys put in on a daily basis.
Well, if you're Seattle, this is a guy you want to have up here in the spot after a base hit, a 2-out hit by Seager, having John Jaso, who's hit the Angels so well throughout his career.
0 for 3 today. September 1st stretch drive is underway here. Expanded rosters. Going to be fun to see who makes the playoffs here in Major League Baseball. Strike the Jaso 1-1.
Yeah, it's interesting how some managers like the extra players, some do not. They like that 25-man roster to deal with. That's tough enough alone.
Yeah.
And then you add in 4, 5, sometimes 6 extra players.
1-1. Mariners added Carlos Peguero and Erasmo Ramirez. Peguero, left-handed power hitter. And Ramirez, matter of fact, Peguero's on deck. And Ramirez, a right-hand pitcher. How many guys? Angels only brought up a couple of guys, right?
Yeah, so far there'll be a few more. Peter Borges will be activated when he comes off the DL on Monday. John Hester's been at it. Nick Miranda, a good left-handed thrower out of the bullpen for him so far. So there's some more coming up for the Angels, but probably around 4 to 6 for Mike Scioscia's team.
2-2 to John Jaso. 2 outs. Kyle Seager at first. Ball club up 5-2. They've out-hit the Mariners 10-5. High fly ball. Right center field. Trout fighting the sun. Torrey Hunter comes over to bail him out.
His mentor made the play.
Yeah. Nothing like having your mentor to help you out. You can see the kid was in trouble. Torrey comes in, makes the play. Saturday Baseball is presented by MasterCard. Glad you're with us here at Safeco Field. Beautiful Saturday afternoon here in Seattle. Dave Sims, Mark Gubicza. Tom Wilhelmsen takes over. Mariner closer, he faces the top of the order. Mike Trout, Torrey Hunter, Albert Pujols.
Another power arm out of the bullpen for Seattle. Fastball 94 to 99, curve and changeup.
Angels sent 9 men to the plate in the 8th inning. Break this game open. 4 runs on 4 hits. They left 2. Trout got it started with a base hit to right. Fouled off. Wilhelmsen in baseball with the Milwaukee organization, dropped out. Did some bartending at the Hut in Tucson, Arizona. Worked his way back independent ball. Was cited by Mariners officials. Got word to Jack Zarinsek, the GM. They signed him and he's in his 2nd year with the ball club. We call him the bartender here in Seattle.
It's a great find when you think about a fastball with movement like that downstairs at 98.
Got a 12-6 hammer.
Big over, yeah. You have that 12-6 break on a curveball, especially because you have a fastball from that angle. Very difficult for a hitter to track a zone against them.
2-2. Ryan knows he's got to hurry. Just gets Trout. What a difference he makes, huh?
He forces everybody on the defensive side to be quicker than normal. He's down the line so fast. And even got jammed on that pitch. It's still going down the line. And Ryan has to use that strong arm to get him.
There's Torrey Hunter having a great day. 3 hits today. 4 for 5 last night, a run and an RBI. Looks at a breaking ball for a strike.
Fourth straight game for Torrey, at least 3 hits.
Nice to have a veteran like that in your lineup. As we detailed earlier, having such a great season, batting a 2-hole behind Trout.
And being a big part of the success, too, of Mike Trout. Mentoring both on and off the field. The communication between him and right field and Mike Trout in center field, so important.
0-2.
It's something that doesn't get talked about a lot. You just think of numbers. Baseball's been always a game of numbers. It's how you have those influences on your team, your teammates, that allow you to be successful for a lot of years.
Good relationship. Torrey leading the American League in batting average since the All-Star game. Curveball slipped out of Tom's hands.
We see the communication between the two. And initially, Torrey sensed that Mike Trout was having trouble picking up that fly ball, so he was over there to protect him and end up making the play.
3-2 to Hunter. And he's aboard with a walk. One out, one on. American League West. Texas by 4. And a lot of interdivision play coming up. This month of September is going to be something else.
And you look at, the numbers between the opponents in the West, all are right around 500 against each other. So there are going to be some wins and some losses and opportunities to move up. Seattle had won 8 straight games at home prior to last night's game in which the Angels beat them. So there's a lot of parity in this division. And Mike Scioscia told us before the game, if you look at the raw numbers from 2000 to 2010, this division was the best in baseball as far as winning percentage.
Albert Pujols the batter. Looks in ball 1. Scioscia said he was tired of hearing so much about the American League East, so he had some folks look up numbers. Even with the numbers, he had some reporters and media folks were still disbelievers during that particular stretch you talked about.
Tell you what, you look at the pitching staffs in the AL West, there's power arms and young power arms throughout the entire division.
1-0 to Albert. Swing and a miss. The Angels 5-7 against Oakland, 7-4 against the Mariners, and 7-6 against the Rangers. Mariners 4-7 against LA, against Oakland 7-6, and the Mariners are 6-7 against Texas. It'll be fun coming down to the final game on October 3rd. These teams will meet here to wrap up the regular season.
Albert with 29 home runs since May 6th. His next home run will be moving up on that chart in the catch. Stan Musial, the all-time list, and Willie Stargell. So you're talking about all-time greats in the game.
Torrey Hunter steals a base. For Torrey, that's his 8th of the season. So he's down at scoring position.
He's picking his spots very well. 8 stolen bases in 9 attempts. Albert Pujols 8 stolen bases in 9 attempts. So the veterans picking their spots, going when the pitcher is not paying attention to them.
2-1 to Pujols. 3-1. This Angel offense keeps the pressure on you. They're number 2 in batting to Texas, number 3 in scoring, 3rd in hits, 5th in home runs, 2nd in stolen bases. Morales is on deck. Torrey Hunter takes off, got a great jump, swing and a miss by Pujols. They say that it's a foul ball, so Hunter has to go back. For those of you tuning in for the debut of Fox College Saturday with Aaron Andrews, Eddie George, and Joey Harrington, we're going to take you there immediately at the conclusion of our ball game. 3-2 here to Pujols. Center field. Gutierrez fighting the sun. Makes the catch. Hunter tags and advances to third. 2 outs.
Well, like most outfielders, when they're dealing with the sun, they try to turn their body to give them a better opportunity to track the baseball into their glove. You can have sunglasses, you can have your glove up there to protect, but you try to turn your body to cut the angle of the sun off at the end to be able to make a play, and that's what Gutierrez was able to do to catch that long fly ball by Pujols to center field, turning of the body, allowing him to be able to see it just enough to track it into his glove.
Old school flip glasses. There's Morales, man at third. They got the shift on against a moderate shift as Ackley's playing at short right field. For 3 today. 1-1. Into right field. Thames going back. He's there. And that'll do it. Leave a runner stranded in the top of the ninth. Work to do for down 5-2 here at Safeco Field. play of the game. And Mark, take it back to Mark Trumbo in the 8th inning.
Well, that was a tough pitch, too. The Felix grounded in, but Trumbo's so strong, able to score 2. Shooting out the ball with his squeak in his calf.
Ernesto Frieri, he has been up fine for the Angels.
He's unbelievable as far as his strikeouts to innings ratio. Kind of been a deal with Alexi Amarista, second baseman for the Angels, traded over to San Diego. It's been a big reason why the bullpen had turned around at that point. Fastball 93 to 96, but not sink action, but lateral action. There's a couple different speeds on his breaking ball, which has been effective for him.
Those of you tuning in for the debut of Fox College Saturday with Aaron Andrews, Eddie George, and Joey Harrington, we'll take you there immediately at the conclusion of our game. First plate appearance for Carlos Peguero, just called up today from AAA Tacoma. Pinch ran in the 7th. It'll be Peguero, themes and smoke against Frieri.
And Frieri with 67 strikeouts and 41 and 2/3 innings pitched.
Tremendous movement. Strike 2, Peguero. Just called up. Been a big home run or strikeout guy. Carlos Peguero had a few moments here last season. Mild swinger. Aaron's hoping he'll become a little more compact and more consistent.
Yeah, if he can make better contact with that body he has, as strong as he is, he don't have to swing that hard, and the ball will go a long way.
One and two from Frieri. Fouled off.
Late on that 97-mile-an-hour fastball, but it's a product of the speed and dealing with the shadows in the batter's box. You're a hitter, you got the shadow in that part, and then the pitcher on the sun part on the mound. Very difficult to track, especially when you don't have much time to begin with to be able to make contact.
Here's the 1-2. Laid off. Limited action for Peguero. Second time up this season. 2-2 count. Strike him out. Good movement on that pitch by Ernesto Frieri. One out here in the 9th inning.
Well, there was talk when he first came over to the Angels. Everyone was talking about an invisible fastball because he hides the baseball so well. You don't track it until it's almost on top of you. His delivery allows him to hide the baseball to the very end.
So Mike Socia said, come on in. The Casper, watch for the bunt. Thames likes to attack the fastball. Got a good one here from Frieri. He keeps it simple, doesn't he?
Yeah, I guess when you throw that hard, it's fun. Go take it 95 to 97. And right here, you get a perfect view. If you're a hitter, you're at the plate, you still don't see the baseball. It's right behind his back, then on you at 97.
Good luck. 2 down. Here in the 9th inning. He does as good a job of hiding the ball as I've seen in a while.
I mean, it doesn't. Hitters, you talk to them over the years, they try to pick up the baseball from the hitter's eye. The better chance to do so is seeing out of the hand, but they're not able to do so because he hides it so well.
Producer of today's game, Larry Lancaster, and the director, Jonathan Evans, associate director, Chirag Devaskar, and the broadcast associate is Matt Shapiro. Technical producers, Dan Rotante, is a long foul ball off the bat of Smoke. Technical director Gabriel Bell. Thanks to Statmen Chris Taylor and Bradley Goldstein. Pre-game show produced by Rich Cianciamino and directed by Mark Deaver. Pre-game coordinating producers Mike Santini and Don Bowie.
Great team to work with.
Indeed. Last hope here for the Mariners. Justin Smoke at the plate, 1-1.
Look at this Seattle offense. They certainly have the arms to be a contender in the future. Now it's all about the development of their young position players.
1-1 upfield, foul ball. So the Mariners down to their last strike. Here's the 1-2 to hit well, deep center field. Fighting the sun is Trout. He's there, makes the catch, and that's the ball game. The Mariners here at home against the Angels are 0-6. Angels win this one, going away 5-2 with a big 4-run. 8th inning, making a winner out of Irvin Santana. He goes to 8-11. Felix Hernandez drops to 13-6.
Well, Felix was throwing the ball so well, but Irvin Santana matched him with his nasty slider fastball combo. But I think it came down to that at bat in the 8th inning by Mike Trout getting on base. Torrey Hunter another big game, and Mark Trumbo fights off a tough fastball from Felix with the infield in, drives in two as Mike Socha's team wins the game 5-2. Well pitched, well played, great pace throughout the entire game.
Indeed. The Angels 6-0 here in Seattle. Wrap up the series tomorrow. And the Angels trying to make their way towards come up with a big win here in Seattle, as the Mariners, after coming back 3-4 in a road trip, have lost the first 2 games of this homestand against the Angels. Mike Trout, big sensation obviously in Major League Baseball, signing a lot of autographs here.
When you think about it, a lot of people talk about Mike Trout when you're in reality is your number 3 hitter, Albert Pujols.
Yeah,
arguably one of the best hitters, period, of all time.
Angels improve the record to 71-62. The Mariners drop to 64-70. Here's your wild card chase. Angels right there. This is some chase. 5 teams for 2 spots.
Oakland has a tough road, though, towards the end. They play the Angels 7 times and play the Yankees a number of times towards the end. So they're going to be tested, that young club. Baltimore continues to surprise everybody in the game in Tampa with that pitching staff, and Detroit with that power, and Verlander on the hill. They make it a great race along with the Angels all the way to the end. That last day might be a play-in day to get to that 1-game wild card playoff game.
Absolutely. The Mariners have Baltimore coming here to Seattle in the middle of the month. Mark Trumbo, look at the strength of this young man here. Final score, Angels 5, Mariners 2 for Mark Gubicza. This is Dave Sims saying so long from Seattle. Let's go to Aaron Andrews in Los Angeles.
Thanks, David.